Okay, so can you see my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
think? Okay, so I welcome all the students of the Mechanical Engineering Division. And as you know, I'm going to teach you a course numerical and statistical methods. So, few more things that I will be teaching the course numerical and statistical methods, and I'm also working as a class teacher for your division for this particular semester. So from the word numerical and statistical methods, you might have understood that in this particular course, some of the numerical methods that are used for solving engineering problems will be studied, and some of the statistical methods. Nowadays, you know that artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, they are in demand. And the fundamental for that is statistical methods. So some of the units related to statistical methods will be taught by me, and both me, myself, Dr. Rajkumar B. Patil. I completed my PhD mechanical from the same university, that is Savitribai Phule, Pune University. I also work as a postdoctoral research fellow at University of Maryland, College Park, USA, and in room number 305 of Mechanical Engineering Department. This is the place where I sit, and whenever you plan to come down to college, if there is a genuine reason, and if you want to meet me, then you can come to room number 305. And for online meeting, you can call me or text me on my mobile number 9175 899 or you can send an email on my institute email address. So these are the basic information from my side. Now let's take an overview of this particular course so that you will get an idea what are the content in this course, how is the examination scheme, and what are the benefits you will be getting from this particular course. So the course is for third year mechanical engineering students, and this is fifth semester. The title of the course is Numerical and Statistical Methods, and course code is not finalized yet. So before starting this particular session or going into details of the course, I would like to, not would like to, I want to mention here that the content of this course is not finalized yet. As you know, we are affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University, and we receive the course details from the university only. And still a lot of discussion is going on about the content of this course. Why? Because this particular course will be designed in such a way that you will get a proper foundation for machine learning, data science, and artificial intelligence. And a course related to that, that is AI, machine learning, and data science, will be there in your sixth semester. So that's why a proper foundation should be laid so that you can understand that particular course very easily. So that's why still a lot of discussion is going on in the university, and hopefully in next week the different units, their contents will be received to me, and once it is received at my end, I will be shared with you. And that's why the course code is also not defined for this particular course. But yes, yeah, the content which were there in the previous year's course, some of the content may be repeated in this particular course, but the way of teaching and delivery may be different. So what we will do, we will briefly see the content of the previous year's course. So you can see the name of the course was Numerical Methods and Optimization. This is the name of the course which was floated to previous year uh, students. So directly we will go to the content. So unit 1 was related to roots of error equation and error approximation. So This was unit number 1. Unit number 2 was related to simultaneous equations. Unit number 3, optimization. Unit number 4, numerical solution of ordinary differential equations. Then partial differential equations. Then unit number 5 is related to curve fitting and regression analysis. Unit number 6, numerical integration. When I was reading the title of each unit, you might have realized that some of the parts was already covered in your engineering mathematics 1, 2 or 3 or in some other course. So I hope some of the course and you are familiar with and you have some idea about how these different methods are used for solving engineering problems. Now, what are the prerequisites? Because before starting this particular course, you should have basic understanding of some of the concepts, that is partial differentiation, statistics, probability, system of linear equations, problem solving and programming. So these are the prerequisites for this particular course, and I'm very sure some of the parts or of the prerequisites you already studied. So what we will do, we will go through those courses that you already studied and we will check which content you already studied, and before starting this particular course I strongly suggest you to just go through the content that you already studied, so that whatever content will be delivered in this particular course you can understand very easily and you can develop your strong foundation. So we will start with engineering mathematics 3. That was a course and you already studied that course. So you can see linear differential equation and applications, statistics, which is already there in current course, will be there in current course, and also you already studied especially the measures of central tendency, dispersion, coefficient of variation, moments. So the fundamentals of statistics are already taught to you. Probability and probability distributions, which is also very much relevant to our course, and you already got a idea about the probability and probability distribution. And applications of partial differential equations, in how you came across the differential equations in mechanical engineering, especially while solving the problems related to vibration, then heat flow equations. So, and if you came across this type of problem, how you can apply partial differential equation methods to solve such type of problem. So these are the some of the contents you are already familiar with. So what I will suggest here, just quickly go through that content and just brush up all this content, so that you will get an overview what are the motto of that particular topic and what are the basic fundamentals given in it, so that you can immediately start with numerical and statistical method course. Then few more courses you already studied, so we will start with mathematics. So you can see you already studied engineering mathematics 1. I will go to the content. So you can see unit number 3, partial differentiation. So some of the direct methods that are used for solving differential equations are discussed. Then applications of partial differentiation, especially maxima, minima, Lagrange's method, you already studied. Then unit number 6, linear algebra, that is related to matrix and how the given problem can be rewritten into matrix form and how it is solved. So some of the methods you already studied. So these are the contents you already studied in Engineering Mathematics 1. Then another course, Engineering Mathematics 2. So yeah, you can see unit number 1, first order ordinary differential equations. And whenever I'm talking about Engineering Mathematics 1, 2 or 3, I'm using a word direct methods. So most of the methods that you studied to solve the problems are direct methods. For example, if you want to take the integration of x, so integration of x will be, you can easily say it is equal to x square upon 2. And if you know the lower and upper limit, then you can put those values in that formula and you will get the solution. So these are the direct methods. So by using those methods, you can solve the problem. But there are certain situations or there are some problems in which you cannot apply direct method. And in that case, you need to go for approximate solution. And numerical methods are the methods which are used for such type of complex problems which cannot be solved by using direct method, and in such cases we need to get approximate solutions. So that's why we need to study these numerical methods. But before going to the direct method, you should have some understanding of direct methods so that you can easily apply the numerical method. Again, unit number 2, application of differential equations. Okay, so these are the some of the units which are or its fundamentals are required for this particular course, that is numerical and statistical methods. So just go to these contents, brush up the fundamentals. I'm not saying that go and solve each and every problem. You should try to revise all the content so that you will get an overall idea. If let's say first order differential equation, if such problem is there, then overall how you can solve such type of problem, so that if you have that understanding, you can directly start with the numerical methods. Second thing is that you should have a knowledge of programming. So I guess you already studied Python in your first year engineering. So I will go to that course. Yeah, programming and problem solving. So in this particular course, you studied some of the fundamentals of Python. So you can see in unit number 1, problem solving and programming and Python programming and the contents given in it. So I hope that you studied this particular course rigorously and you have idea about different programming tools, design tools, coding, uh, notations you are familiar with. If you are not that much familiar with, I strongly recommend you to just go through this course and just come up with the uh, brief understanding of the Python, because the problems which we are going to solve with numerical methods are also will be programmed in Python. So you should have basic understanding of the Python in order to use or implement the Python for solving the differential equations, integration or curve fitting or any other method, and you will get a very good command on it, and that will be a very good foundation for data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence. So these are the prerequisites, and we saw which contents you already studied. And my common suggestion to you is that you just go through the content once again and just brush up all the content so that you will get an overall idea. Again, teaching scheme, there will be 3 lectures per week. So 3 classes will be there per week, and every week there will be one tutorial of 1 hour. Then credits for theory, 3 credits will be there, and for tutorial 1 credit will be there. So overall, you can say that you will get 4 credits from this particular course. But the question is not about the getting the credit, the importance of this particular course, not only score and get good marks in the third year, fifth semester, but to get advancement in the career that you are looking for. Then examination scheme, in semester examination will carry 30 marks, end semester examination carries 70 marks, and termer will carry 25 marks. So this is the mark distribution, and accordingly exams will be conducted. So here I would like to ask you if you have any kind of doubt related to prerequisite or the course, that is preliminary introduction, or any general doubt, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, and then we will move ahead, and slowly we will see how we are going to study this particular course. So yes, please unmute yourself, and any kind of doubt if you have, you are free to ask. Yes, please. Student, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So any question? Don't hesitate to ask questions, because otherwise slowly the gap between you and me will increase. Because
Sir,
I want to, yes, please.
how will you share the video recording? Like, will you share it on WhatsApp or?
Okay, so 3 things are there. First, whatever recordings I will be making, I will be uploading on the Bodhi tree, and that link will be shared to you on either on WhatsApp group or during the class or on your email addresses. This is first thing. Some of the students already told me that you are facing some problem for getting access to Bodhi tree. So what I'm going to do additionally, that I'm going to upload the videos on YouTube, and that link will be shared to you either on email or WhatsApp group, so that you can also access the same video from there as well. So once I share that link of that YouTube channel, so you can easily go there and access the content. So this is how I am going to share the videos with you. Yes, thank you very much for asking this question. Okay, any other question?
Sir, actually, there was request like, can you please make like a Google Classroom where if today's video link for like today's YouTube link you will put in notes कि मतलब आज की ये डेट का ये वीडियो है, आज की ये डेट का ये वीडियो है. So we will get to know on which date what was taught. So we can just
Okay.
revise the topic.
Yeah, this is very good suggestion, I would say. Yes, anyhow, I'm going to form a Google Classroom. Yes, anyhow, it is required to
हाँ,
upload your assignments, right?
yes sir,
So
हाँ.
after completion of each class, when the video link will be available with me, I will mention this particular day of the class, and this is the link of the same. So that
Yes,
from there you can get the link, and every time I need not to share on the WhatsApp or email address. So this is
हाँ,
also very
yes sir.
good suggestion. I will make
Yes,
sure
thank you.
that you will get the link as immediately after the class. I will try my best to make it available to you in a very easy way. So this is again very
Yes
good
sir, sure.
suggestion. Yes,
Yes sir,
any
thank
other
you.
suggestion?
Sir, also last year, sir, like last semester, sir, PTG sessions were not conducted by other faculties. Like only Sheetal ma'am conducted the PTG meetings, and there were
Okay.
few problems other batch students wanted to share. So, like, is it possible to have regular session this time? Like, can you
Yes,
please?
exactly. Exactly. I guess till date the batches are not allocated to faculties, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just like
So
whenever
once
they are available.
Yes, so once the batches will be allocated to the faculty members, I am going to interact with the faculty members and I will tell them that as per the schedule, you need to have interaction with the students of their respective batches and just ask their problems or suggestions or inputs, whatever, so that we will get the inputs from or feedback from you and we can modify accordingly. But as a class teacher, what I'm going to do, I'm going to conduct a half hour or 1 hour discussion with you online mode so that the problems or the feedback or anything from your class you can share to me so that I will come to know about the progress of the all the courses on regular basis and accordingly we will take the actions or we will do modification. So that is very good suggestion. Thank you. Okay, any other suggestion?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
No, sir.
Sir, sir, as you told that the curriculum of this subject has not decided yet, so how will you teach this subject from
Yeah,
next lecture?
actually, I was expecting this question as a first question because very important syllabus is not finalized. So how am I going to teach this particular course? So thank you for asking this question, and this is very important question. So we are informed that the contents that we see as we discuss for numerical methods and optimization. So some of the contents will be there in our course as it is. So especially I will say first 3 units will be same, just like the whatever were there in previous uh, years. So we are informed which content is there for unit number 1, 2 and 3 possible contents I am saying. So we will be starting with that content. So later I will not say I thought but this is now not in the curriculum. So the content which most probably will be there in our syllabus, we are already informed and I'm going to start with those. So whatever I will be teaching, that definitely will be there in our curriculum and you can directly start preparation with those. So I will make sure that I'm unnecessary. I'm not going to waste the time to teach the content which is not there in our curriculum. So I will make sure that. So that is very good question. Am I answered to your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will make sure that. So don't worry about it. Yes, any other question?
Sir, can you give prerequisite list on Google Classroom?
Yeah,
M1,
sure. Exactly. So on Google Classroom, once I will form it, I will share the syllabus of the prerequisites. I guess
Okay,
you
sir.
already may have, but still I'm going to share so that you can get easy access. Yeah, this is also very good suggestion. Okay, any other question?
No, sir.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, please.
sir, is there any draft copy of the new syllabus with you?
Not yet. So it is in the process and that is going in the university. So I really don't have any idea about the draft copy. So once it will get available with me, definitely I'm going to share with you. So don't worry about it. Whenever I will get, immediately I'm going to share with you so that even in advance you can start preparing.
Yes, sir.
But
Thank you.
yeah, I have one old curriculum with me, so I will be discussing with you so that you will get an idea what will be the possible draft. Maybe that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, so any other question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, we have came to know that there are some major and minor subjects for selection in this semester.
Yeah.
So, can you please
Mhm.
elaborate on this?
Okay, so I guess you asked the same question in the previous session, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Actually, I'm very sorry that presently I don't have any idea about the minor degree than honor degrees, but I will discuss with our academic coordinator, and I guess he's also there to teach, I guess, design of machine elements. So I will request him to tell you something about the minor degree and honor degree, or meanwhile I will also discuss with him, and if I get a clear idea, I will I'm going to share that with you. Yeah, but yeah, so generally the rough idea is, so suppose mechanical engineering is very general course, right? So many subjects you study, but suppose a particular student is interested to do a specialization in, let's say, robotics and automation. So Savitribai Phule Pune University have drafted maybe a 3-4 courses related to that. And as a student, what you need to do, you need to take these courses and get good marks in that course. And once you uh, clear all the 3-4 whatever subjects will be there, you will be awarded the minor degree or honor degree based on the policies. This is the general idea that I have, and it is for the students who want to do their specialization in a particular domain. And I believe it is not mandatory for all the students. It is up to the students. If they are interested to take, they can take. If they don't want to take, they are free to make their decision. This is the general idea I have, but I will discuss with academic coordinators and I will let you know. Yes, any other suggestion?
And sir, what will be the duration for completion of that course?
Yeah, actually, as I told, I really don't have idea, but generally, for getting a minor degree or honor degree, generally you need to clear 4 courses, and generally out of 4, the first course you need to take in semester 5th, second in semester 6th, third in semester 7th, and fourth in semester 8. So generally this is the pattern generally that I can see in most of the universities. So this is the general idea I have. But whatever I am saying, it is based on my limited knowledge and my understanding. I am not very much sure about the policies about our universities. But yeah, I will communicate to you. Yes, please. Any other question? Okay, if you don't have any question, I will proceed. First of all, I thank all the students who started asking their questions. My dear friends, always remember that if you want to learn, you should start asking the questions. During my postdoctoral research, when I was in University of Maryland, College Park, USA, so my professor always keep telling that if you want to become a good learner, you must start asking the questions. And whenever you ask a question, don't think whether this is a silly question or this is important. Don't worry about it. You just frame the question relevant to the course and start asking to the your professor or your teacher. Why this is essential? Because many times we guess only or we think only that, sir, how this question is very silly, how can I ask? So don't worry about it, especially about my course. I'm very open to take all kinds of questions. So I'm always open to take question. I'm very happy to take your question and answer the same based on my limited knowledge. So not only for today's session, henceforth for all the sessions, you can ask any question related to the course. Also, as a class teacher, I also have responsibilities. So any kind of problem if you have related to the related to overall class, then you can ask related to any course of this particular semester or any problem related to examination or any other thing. So please feel free to ask the question. I will take all the questions and I will really appreciate your question. So thank you. Now we will proceed. So there are certain objectives to the course. First, understand applications of systems of equations and solve mechanical engineering problems. So whenever you solve different engineering problems, so at the end you will get some kind of equation and you need to solve that equation. So this is the first objective. Then in engineering, in fluid mechanics, structural, heat transfer, you will come across various differential equations. So the direct methods and the numerical method that you will study in M1, M2, M3 and this particular course, these fundamentals will help you to solve such type of problems. Then again, so many integration problems will be there and you will come to know how to apply numerical methods to solve such type of problems. Then compare the system's behavior for the experimental data. So you might have conducted some of the experiments in the fluid mechanics or in fluid and thermometry, or in upcoming courses you will perform experiments and you will get a data. So when you have a data, from that data you must find out some important information. So for that you need to analyze the data and ultimately understand the behavior of the system. So the fundamentals of that will be discussed in this particular course. Then interpret statistical measures for quantitative data. So again, quantitative data will be given to you, and by using the statistical methods, not only you need to draw some observations, from that observation you need to draw some valuable conclusions so that we can understand the behavior of the system and the performance of the system, and so many other things we are going to draw that kind of conclusion. Then analyze data sets using probability theory and linear algebra. So these are the objectives, and in line with the objectives there are some outcomes, and we as a faculty member expect from you on the completion of the course you will be able to solve system of equations using direct and iterative numerical methods. So this is the applied course. So whatever methods you will study, definitely in upcoming semesters or even in this particular semester, you will able to solve some engineering problems, and you will realize that yeah, we are very lucky that we studied these particular methods and now we are using to solve engineering problems. Yeah, again you will solve differential equations. Then numerical integration methods you will apply to solve engineering problems. Then for a given data set, you will fit a curve, use regression models, and draw some valuable conclusions. Estimate statistical measures for quantitative data, and design and demonstrate the data using concept of probability and linear algebra. So the outcomes are in line with the objective. So you might have realized that the wording is parallel for outcomes, and that is in line with the objective. So these are the outcomes for the course, and what I want to say here, try to understand the fundamentals of these methods, because you don't know when you need to apply these methods to solve engineering problems. So this is very, very important course, and I strongly recommend you to take this course very seriously, because this is useful not only for this semester for your entire life. You must, somewhere you must apply these fundamentals to solve various problems. Now, as I told you that what will be the possible content. So I reviewed some of the old syllabuses of not only of our university but also from other universities. So I came up with a content which possibly there and you may have to take. So unit number 1 will be related to roots of equation and simultaneous equation. Again, you will see some of the methods in roots of equation and some of the methods in simultaneous equation. Unit number 2 may be related to numerical solution of differential equation. In that you will be taught some of the methods related to ordinary differential equations and partial differential equations. Unit 3 may be related to numerical integration. In that single integration and double integration methods will be discussed. So unit number 1, 2 and 3 are related to numerical methods, and these are the some of the possible contents may be there in our curriculum. Then unit number 4, from here we will start slowly we will start entering into the data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence. These are the fundamental courses and these are very essential for learning data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence. So in that you will see curve fitting methods and regression analysis techniques. Unit number 5 is related to statistics. Again, you might have heard most of the words in this unit which were you already studied in engineering mathematics 1, 2 or 3. And we are going to study the same fundamentals with applications so that you will get a flavor how to apply such methods to solve engineering problems. And in unit number 6, probability and linear algebra, in that probability fundamentals will be taught and the concept of linear algebra will be taught to you. So these are some of the units. Probably may be there because I have prepared this based on my understanding, but maybe there will be a different type of curriculum maybe there. Okay, these are some of the textbooks and reference books that you can refer. So I will suggest you can use the B.S. Grewal book, Numerical Methods in Engineering and Science, Khanna publication. But yeah, in this book you will get n number of problems. So you will get you can solve variety of problems, but you need to just make sure that the calculations are correct. Because in the book I have seen that many times the calculations are wrong. So whenever you solve the problem, just make sure that whatever answers given in the book are correct. Just cross verify. Do not rely that whatever given in the book is always correct. And you can also, this very good book, Steven Chapra, this is also very good book for numerical methods and you can refer it. You can also refer B.S. Grewal. And these are some of the other books. You can just go through it and you can decide which book is suitable for which unit, and accordingly you can refer these books. Then there are some NPTEL courses. So first for NPTEL courses, so students, those who are interested in this particular course, you can register for one of the NPTEL course and complete that course and you will get a certification. And you know that for Termwork also, if you have a certification of such type of courses, you will get benefit. And apart from that, I strongly recommend all the students to enroll for this particular online course, analyticsvidya.com. So why I'm strongly suggesting you, because I know 1 year back you studied the Python, and presently you might not you may not be in a position to recall all the fundamentals of Python. So this is a very good course that you will find on Analytics Vidya, and you can brush up all the fundamentals of Python. So immediately you go to that website, register to the course, and it is very easy, very interesting, very useful. And I guess you can complete the whole course in 1 or 2 weeks. And immediately after that, you can start solving the problems which will be there in our course. So this is my strong recommendation to you. Register for this course and do the course. If you came across a better course than this course, then you can also tell that course to me, or you can share among the students so that they will get benefit. Ultimate goal is to understand or revisit all the fundamentals of Python and get yourself in a position so that you can solve the problems related to our course. Then tutorials may be based on this. So as I told you that first 3 units are related to numerical methods. So some of the assignments may be there related to numerical methods, and you need to solve by using suitable programming methods. And as I told you that we will go for Python. And why I'm saying we should go for Python? First, it is open source. So that is first advantage to you, because at any time, anywhere you can use. So I will strongly recommend you to go with the Python only. Second, some of the assignments will be related to the statistical methods. So again, we will be using Python for solving such problems, and maybe a project will be there. In that, data set will be given to you. You need to use Python to call the data, analyze the data, and based on the analysis, you need to draw some conclusions. So this particular case study will be very, very important, and it will tell you the understanding level, your understanding level. So these may be the contents related to your tutorial. And we are expecting that the tutorial should be conducted in the computer laboratory, but as you know, we are working online. So you need to install Python on your laptop and you can start working on it. So I hope most of you already have laptops and you can install and start practicing. So that's it from my side for today's session, and we will conclude the session with some of the good quotes. Teaching is a great way to keep learning, and this is applicable to me as well, because this is a great opportunity for me to learn this particular course and deliver to you. Then by learning you can teach, and by teaching you can learn. So every session that I will be teaching to you, each and every session will be a great learning opportunity for me as well. Because every time from your questions, the way I deliver, I will come to know different things, and many inputs I will get in order to enrich my knowledge. And last important for all of us, I'm still learning. And this is the quote made by a person at the age of 87. This age is very important. So whenever we go anywhere, we should behave like a learner, because throughout our life we are learner. And I will tell you, during my postdoc, I have seen professors at the age of 70, 80, 85, 90, 95. They are saying that I am a learner, and I met such professors, and they are really inspiring. So, with this quote, I will conclude my today's session. So, I will conclude session. So, if you have any question, session is open for discussion. Yes, anybody, if you have any question, please ask. Meanwhile, you will find attendance link in the chat box, and just read it and fill appropriate information.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Can you please
Sir.
speak loudly so that I can hear properly?
Sir, now I am audible properly.
Yeah, it's better, but yeah, please continue.
Sir, can you share one of the book in PDF format on our WhatsApp group? So it will
Yes.
be easy.
So yes, exactly. So on the Google Classroom, I'm going to make available all the books that are available with me. So don't worry about it. I will prepare a
Yes, sir.
classroom and I will make it available to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, in attendance, yesterday I shared provisional roll call list. Yeah, please.
Sir, we need a permission for attendance.
Oh, you need permission?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. It is accessible, sir.
What I think, if you access that Google form by using your institute email address, I guess you can easily access it.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. It's accessible.
Yeah. So what you can do, you just contact your friends and just verify how you can access it, and you can just figure out the solution, and you can do. I'm very sure. Yeah, somebody said use PCCI ID so that you can easily access it. Yeah, attendance, what you need to do. Yesterday I shared the provisional roll call list with you. So in that there are some letters and numbers. So just put those numbers here. Don't put the TEB, whatever is that. Just put your roll number in. No, that is number. Again, write your full name and PCCOE email address, so that on that email address I can share the link to join Google Classroom. And yeah, an important thing is that I'm asking for your plan after graduation. So if you are in a position, or if you decided what you are going to do after your graduation, please write down. If you are in a confusion state, or if you didn't decide yet, then don't put anything. Again, once it is decided from your side, you can add at that time. So write down. Right now you can keep it blank, and afterwards you can add. I'm just collecting the data from you, so that after analyzing I will tell you, or I will guide you how you can work on your path. Whatever understanding that I have, based on that I will tell you. Okay, any other question from your side? I guess there is another session at 12, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So if you have any question, you